Alright, Boros starter. Let's see if we can win against the hard AI. So, 1 mana is not enough to make it work. We have only red mana here. We are the ones who are playing first. I don't really see any win conditions, so we are going to restart. Alright, this seems a bit better. We can pull out the enchantments we need from the Heliod's Pilgrim. So let's keep this hand, play out the Suntail Hawk. We also have a way to steal our opponent's good creatures if they ever come into play. Alright, let's attack and get the Expedition Envoy out. Two Ether Hubs and a Gear Shift Ace. Alright. Let's see if there will be vehicles from our opponent. I think we're going to attack just with the Suntail Hawk. Let's get a Heliod Pilgrim out. So let's see which kind of aura do we need. We don't really need suppression bonds, and we need to have the other one for it. We will have 4 mana next turn, which means we can afford to go for something like a Siegecraft. I think this is decent enough. Trader's Instinct is reserved for some really good large creature he might have. Let's see, it's going to be a Sky Skiff, so he can have a 2-3 with first strike if you cruise it. Which I think is completely fine. Let's see. We can slap the Siegecraft on the Expedition Envoy, then it will become a 4-5. Yeah, I think this is better. Although we can buff our Suntail Hawk, I don't think it will just have quite the same punch. We do need to try and get as much damage in as possible. He's not going to block, I suppose. Get him down to 14. The key would probably to be just mulligan until you have a good hand. Alright, Sky Skiff. Also, if your opponent, sometimes the AI has really good decks, so you really don't want to get in too much trouble by playing against a deck which is much better than yours. Let's see, we can use the Heliod's Pilgrim. We can get another enchantment up. Let's see, he will have a 2-3 with first strike. We can go for something like a Nimbus Wings here, or we could very well just go for the suppression bonds, so that we can take off another creature. I feel like we have enough attack. We can also make our Heliod's Pilgrim into a 2-4 flyer. Or an Inferno Fist for better attack, but I think I'm just going to get the suppression bonds in case he gets a Planeswalker out or something. Also, if he won't play any more creatures, we can just suppression bonds his Gear Shift Ace. Let's see, anything else? Alright, it's going to be an Aeronaut Admiral. So all the vehicles he controls have flying, and it's a flying creature itself. Alright, we finally got the Sky Hunter Skirmisher. So let's see, he can still accrue in response. But I think we'll be fine with just attacking with an Expedition Envoy here, since we don't really mind the trade. Alright. Let's see if he double blocks. He does. So let's trade. This is going to be a 2-for-1, and we still have Suppression Bonds and Traitorous Instinct to take care of our opponent. Alright, Strum. Let's see if there will be any follow-up. Alright, it's going to be a Countless Jeers Renegade. But the Revolt doesn't trigger. So we can go for something like a Suppression Bonds on the Skyskiff, which means that our flyers can get in. Yeah, I think it's quite justifiable. We still get in for 3 damage. Our opponent has 2 cards left. Let's just hope it won't be a vehicle that we can't target with the Traitorous Instinct, or it will be some sort of creature. Alright, he's going to enchant his Gearshift Ace, which becomes a 4/3 flyer with First Strike. I think this is quite a decent target. So let's go ahead and steal the creature. And it looks like we have won the game. Alright, just 1 mana. This is also not going to work. Alright, this could actually work potentially. Let's go for an Expedition Envoy. Turn 2 we can go for a Nimbus Wings and make it into a 3/3. So, since our opponent only has a tap land, we are quite happy to just go ahead and attack. Get in for 3. Alright, 3 colors. Let's see. It's going to be Dark Machinations. So when there is an artifact that comes into play, he may pay 1 mana to look for a 1 health differential. He gains 1 life, you lose 1 life. Let's hit our opponent for 3. Then get the Pilgrim out. We only have white mana available, so not 100% sure I want something like an Inferno Fist here. Another Nimbus Wings is perhaps a bit underwhelming, considering we already have 1 more. So I think I'll just settle for Suppression Bonds because of its versatility. Alright. Well, isn't this a pity? We are getting color screwed. Let's go ahead and attack for 4. I think I'm just going to hold on to the Nimbus Wings in case we get a red source of mana. We can also play out the Reprisal if he plays out a very powerful creature. Alright, it's going to be an Edosphere Harvester. Fortunately for our opponent, he doesn't have any creatures. Alright, we got ourselves a mountain, which means that the Flaring Flamekin is going to enter the game. Meanwhile, we just attack for 4. Play out the Flamekin. Let's have a look at which kind of creature he's going to play that can crew the Edosphere Harvester. Because potentially we can just go for Suppression Bonds next turn. And just attack. Let's see. So when we attack, he does have lifelink on the Edosphere Harvester. So I think I am going to put the Suppression Bonds on it. And I'm just going to attack with the Pilgrim and the Expedition Envoy. If he blocks, that's fine. If he doesn't, we get in for 4. So he does block and loses his creature, which is good news for us. Plays out an Implement of Malice. Let's see if he's going to use the ability. No, he's not. Let's see if he has a creature for 2 mana. He doesn't. Well, in this case it looks like we have won the game again. Let's put the Nimbus Wings on the Flaring Flamekin. Let's go ahead and attack. Looks like we also got the achievement for Solo Slugger. Alright, let's see, we do have a win condition, but we don't have any red sources of mana, so I think I'm going to draw again. This one is super risky, and we also cannot really play with the tapped land comfortably. So let's try again. Yeah, this is also a bit underwhelming. Let's just go ahead and restart. Alright, I think this looks decent enough. Let's go ahead and keep this hand. We do have a turn 1 play. On turn 2 we can play out the Stone Quarry. And then on turn 3 we can get the Sky Hunter Skirmisher, and on turn 4 we're going to put the Inferno Fist on it. But we have drawn another land. So let's see if we will draw something good. On turn 2. For 2 mana, we can just use it. Let's see if he has any more plays. It's going to be a green pelt Rampager that he returns to his hand, which is completely fine. This means that we are going to get in for 2. We get an uncharacteristically large amount of mana here. Let's see how it will turn out. Alright, this green belt Rampager will have to return to his hand again. Let's see if he's going to play it out right now. And then he can pay the 2 energy to keep the Rampager on the field. This is completely fine. We are going to play out the Plains and the Skirmisher, and we're not going to attack. And now we wait. 4 mana. Let's see if it will be something worthy of Reprisal. He attacks, we're of course not going to block. This also means that the AI is going to play out a creature. Alright, it's going to be a Scrapper Champion, a creature with double strike. So, we've got 4 mana. We can play out an Inferno Fist, and it looks like we'll have to be on the defensive against the Scrapper Champion. So let's take out the Goblin Arsonist. Let's hit our opponent for 6. Wait for the Scrapper Champion to grow so that it can be a target for reprisal. And see if we'll have enough chump blockers to defend against our opponent's aggression. Let's just hope he doesn't have an invigorated rampage. Alright, he has Chandra. Very good, let's see if he's going to get rid of the Skirmisher. Yes, he is going to do this. We cannot really deal 2 damage. To our opponent, since we didn't have a red source of mana. So I think we want to deal with Chandra here. Let's see, he doesn't really have energy to make it into a 4/4, which turns out to be a disadvantage for us. We'll be hit for 9 next turn. So let's see, if we hit our opponent for 3, yeah, still won't be enough. Let's go ahead and deal with Chandra. Hope he has another energy generator that we can take care of by using Reprisal. It was a pity that we got a little mana flooded. Yeah, looks like he's not going to use the energy since he doesn't have it. So we take 9. Alright, Arborback Stomper is going to get him some life. Even though we're gonna take care of it right now. It doesn't look like we're going to win this game. So we got all the cards we need to win the game if we're lucky. We are on the draw, which is not really optimal, and we don't really have any small creatures, but let's see if we can make it work. Alright, let's play out the planes. Nothing else. Red and black from the opponent. It's going to be a Harvester. Alright. No creatures yet. So let's play out the Skirmisher. See what's going to be our opponent's response. For mana. Another Solvent. Alright. And it's going to be a Weldfast Monitor. Well, at least we know for sure he can crew the Harvester. We've got 2 Reprisals. But I'm afraid that the Harvester has 5 toughness. So let's see, we can play out the Helios Pilgrim and we can get out the Siegecraft. Or perhaps even better, we can get out the We can get out the suppression bonds. Looks like suppression bonds is the prime card this season. Not going to attack. Alright, 5 mana. Makes his Wildfast Monitor have menace, but he's not going to attack. Alright, Chandra once more. Interesting. Let's see which ability he's going to use. Deals 2 damage. So we've got a choice. We can either use the suppression bonds on the Ethosphere Harvester, or we can use it on Chandra. I really don't think I want him to start gaining life. Let's go ahead and attack Chandra here for 2 damage, so that she is not able to use her third ability to deal with our creatures. And let's see if our opponent is going to get lucky and get to this state where he can use the... Alright, he did use the Industrial Solvent. Pretty insane. Right, we got 2 Traitorous Instincts. He's going to crew the Ethosphere Harvester. There isn't much we can do about it. Let's see if he is willing to trade. He is. So he is going to gain 3 life, but at least we're going to survive for a while longer. Alright. Might want to use the Industrial Solvent on the Skyhunter Skirmisher. Fine. Industrial Solvents. The new era. So I think I want to go for a Renegade Willsmith and attach the Inferno Fist on the Helios Pilgrim, since Chandra is giving us lots of trouble. Let's go ahead and attack. I'm also interested to see what he has in his hand. It might be something that is worth using Reprisal for, or perhaps a Traitorous Instinct. We do get to tap down a creature with a Renegade Willsmith, though, so let's see what he is going to cost. It's going to be a card I don't see often, Emerald Gear Smasher, and another Underhanded Designs. Alright, he needs 2 more artifacts, but currently he has none. So we are going to tap down his creature, which means we are going to deal with Chandra and deal 3 damage. Question is, what do we play next? And I think that a Juggernaut is not a bad card. Let's go ahead and attack. So let's see how our opponent is going to deal with us now. He has lots of mana, but no artifacts to make his deck work. We can even attach Nimbus Wings to get in for 6. And actually we can just get in for 9. Don't really hate this. We can keep the Reprisal in our hand, or we can get the Healer's Pilgrim out. But I think I'm quite comfortable with the way things are going. Our suppression bonds has already been destroyed. So I think I'm just going to hold on to it. This also means that we get to, for the Inferno Fist to deal 2 damage in case something scary is going to happen. Alright, he attacks. We're of course not going to do anything. Alright, looks like our opponent is out of tricks. Let's go ahead and attack. I'm just going to keep Reprisal and the Traitorous Instinct in our hand just in case. So it's a victory.